Conway pushes open the plastic doors and walks through. Vacant pews sprawl unevenly into the church. A small raised stage lies to Conway's right, bare except for a tape recorder. A tape recorder's power cord runs to an outlet near Conway's feet. I'm gonna leave it on. I am curious what would happen if I took it out. Maybe they would keep singing. Museum. Marquez farmhouse. Burning tree. Tall black oak burns on a hill above the road. That's it. Dragonflies. Truck jerks toward the shoulder, nearly run off the road by a swarm of dragonflies. Their wings beat briefly in the headlights and disappear into the night. Dragonflies vary their pace. As the truck approaches, they scatter. After a minute or two, Conway can hear a swelling whine to the southeast. Okay, now I never found this. This is interesting. Where's the dragonflies? They're probably over here. Hey, I never saw this before. No, where are they? Maybe I gotta keep going. Huh. Interesting. Well, let's check this out. The truck pulls up to a house with intensely bright porch light. A cloud of dragonflies swells around the light. Darting, hovering, turning at right angles. There are no lights on in the house. A stencil in the mailbox reads 2880 Beaker Boulevard, and below, written in marker, "No solicitors. I work for long hours and retire early." Huh. I never found that. Like I think I found dragonflies once, but I didn't realize they lead you to that house. That's neat. A little more exploring the north end of this big map, and then I'm pretty much going to move into the story itself. These nice little like excursions in the early section of the game, though, I just like to get them out of the way, explore all these other areas, and I'm also doing this because I'm curious if other areas show up as the game moves on, if I come back to this map, because after a certain point I seem to pretty much stuck in a long part of a narrative where I'm in a 2D point-and-click plane, like I was earlier at Ecosoils, that changes and moves along. I don't think I got to explore out here myself. Oh, airplane. Oh, I don't think I'm... Huh. Two shirtless, shoeless men push a light aircraft along the highway. Occasionally, one or the other slips a bit on the sweaty asphalt, or stops to pull back his hair. The rubber is almost worn away. Soon these men will be dragging this airplane. The men are nearly broken. Huh. Bizarre. Do they come back? They seem to get slower as it keeps going. I can still hear them pushing it a little bit on my left ear. I guess we'll leave. Yeah, I never saw that one before. Oh, that's the church. Okay. So we'll take this route, these 3 paths. Double check a few things. And then we'll be on our way. I'm not sure how I'm going to upload this though. Excuse me. Guitar player. Young man in a gray stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He's playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug, and his right a weathered dog. Young man. Weathered dog, worn guitar. Pet the dog. Dog closes its eyes and pretends to be asleep. Young man strums absently on the guitar, hums tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Young man. Young man whistles hoarsely, stops playing the guitar, looks up at Conway. He rambles for a few minutes about the weather, the dog, his music, then returns to playing. As he walks back to his truck, Conway finds that he can hardly remember a word the young man spoke. So important. Interesting thing is, if you actually put some money in the cup, he takes the money out, throws it back. He said, "That's my whiskey cup." He doesn't want your pity. He's a young man who is rambling about the problems of his life, about the world, angry at it, or upset with it, or just simply not happy with it. Okay, let's go. This is an incredible scene. Do not miss out. The Marquez farmhouse. I like this. I like this sense of closeness to wherever the player is, or the player character to me, Conway. However, there's evidence that there's this other stuff. Both have seen better days. Isn't that right? Cool. Okay. Pretty dark out here, huh? Maybe you'd better stay down here where it's lit. Notice how somebody walked in front of the frame. A little important. I can zoom out just a little bit further if I go right. Lamp. Street lamp lights the base of the dusty path leading up the hill. This Z will take up Marquez, this old farmhouse. It's a great revealing moment of the house on a hill. The graveyard. A family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. I've got the TV. What's over here? A truck. A truck. Light switch. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? 3 different questions. I can answer one of them. I love the music in this part, so I'm going to talk as little as possible. Sure, it's a nice house. I know. I like the large beams that run across the ceilings. I like to sit in the house and think of the hills and bluffs surrounding us, like a cradle. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed, and we built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? Again, 3 different questions. I can answer one. I'm looking for the 0. Oh, you're lost. And that blind man sent you. Is that right? Of course he did. He's nice. Did he say anything about me? Did he send along a gift? I'm not the first one to be here, am I? People always looking for the 0 must be lost. He asked me to return this TV set of yours. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The 0. I know. And here it comes. Yes. That's not how it's supposed to look. You've made a mistake setting it up. It's just a foreign object to you. Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? I thought she heard ghosts in the static. I know about that. She was ill, wasn't she? Mentally, I mean. Kind of distant, fearful. Fearful, but no, just expressive. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. But what are you really looking at? You're not looking at the television. You're looking at the farm. And that weird symbol on top of it, and the horses. Hey, wake up! You spaced out there for a minute. It's a picture on the TV. The TV's picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her more trouble. So, I really just need to get to the 0. Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the 0. I'd rather you find my cousin and fix my TV. But I'll get you headed the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on 65 heading north, then take the first right after the artificial loom factory. From there, your arrival at the 0 is basically inevitable. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. This scene plays out very differently every time you play it, depending on your dialogue choices. Also notice, she's gone. So much for gone. And here we go. Fantastic. Artificial limb factory. I knew I missed something. Oh, wait, there it is. Creek runs alongside the highway and then turns toward a dirty brick building. The grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partly obscured by trees, reads Artificial limb factory. Trying to remember. Well, actually, no, I got directions. Get back on the 65 heading north, take the first right after the artificial limb factory. Oh, I do remember. I can't remember her name. It wasn't Shannon. I don't remember her name. Or no, I think it's right out here at 88 on Dixie. Yep. On ramp. Scene 3. Elkhorn Valley. The Lonesome Valley. You can get the soundtrack on Bandcamp, by the way. I think I'm going to be buying it soon, because it's so good. Conway brushes some dirt off the dog's hat. How's it going, old man? Hey, you got something on your hat. Did you pick that up on the road? You like it out here, don't you? Picking up strange dirt on the road. Like me. Entrance. Hello, Shannon. She speaks into the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Now I'm her. No, it's fine. I'll figure it out. That's true. Just, inaudible. Okay, you're right. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Shannon hangs up the phone and puts it away. No work tomorrow. Stranger. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on and I'm looking for the on-ramp too. Do you believe in ghosts? Well, let's see. I do believe a place can be haunted, if that's what you mean. What about a person? Can a person be haunted? Sure, I guess a person could. Sometimes I feel haunted myself. What haunts you? Bad decisions, I guess. Wasted youth. Well, look. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lysette's Antiques. And I'm out trying to finish this job. Lysette. You're making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive. I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. So I met this young lady named of Weaver Marquez, and she sent me this way, and so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's been like for so far anyway, with... What? Weaver Marquez, do you know her? So you saw her tonight. I know Weaver. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Oh, you're the one who fixes televisions. That's right. Did she tell you that too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me and my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd been hearing an echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in the door. Just came back from a trip into a junkyard collecting scrap metal into fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke and it wasn't a lie. At the time, I thought she meant it was a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle. She's a mystery. So what are you doing here, Shannon? I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or, anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn Mine. She said I'd find something I'd been looking for. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. It's not such a bad thing you showing up. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're going to go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else, we've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency, response, stuff like that. Maybe we could find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Topology. Okay. Topology. It's the science of continuous space, my friend. The way this misty, twisty maze of passage fits together. It's like she's never been in the mine. Or never been through it. I'd say goodbye to Blue here, or Dog, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, he stays. So some of the sound in this part gets unbearable, I'd say. I'll turn it down a bit if I can for you guys. That runs into the mine's PA system. Do you think it still works? Only one way to find out. Alright, give it a whirl. How big is this place? Nothing. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff powered. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and lights. Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens, coal script, you know. And if you want to run the fans for a bit to clear up the air up, well, you have to put a token in. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. So let's just head up into the mines and see what we see. No, I definitely feel better getting some readings first. We don't know what it's like down there anymore. Years of seasonal changes and seismic irregularities could have totally reconfigured it. I'm not going in blind, and neither are you. I bet we just have I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed. Here, set up that lamp of yours and I'll go unplug the ceiling lights. Fidget with the change in my pockets. I heard the speakers back here crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something in the mouthpiece. Suddenly, my character's all awkward. Also, notice earlier the dialogue flip we had where I was Shannon, then I turned into Conway. Okay, I hear you. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with a cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer, so just say something in the mouthpiece and we can get a sense for how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy, just say something that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something, or what did you have for breakfast today? Lysette. I had breakfast with Lysette. I just had coffee. She talked about her late husband, Ira. Then we just sat there for a bit. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable, or if it's too thin, or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax and breathe naturally. Breathe. I'm thinking about the word. Resting. Breathes and remembers a moment when he was younger. I'm getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. Loose rock engulfs him.